Happy Sunday, setters. Last week we saw some heavier sell-off in the stock market and cryptocurrency market. That was driven by more concern from inflation and interest rate. I think we're going to see this kind of volatility for the next coming weeks or months. Some of you, including myself, have bought some stock, invested on some of the stock, and I'm not worried at all. Do you know why? Because I have a secret weapon. If you'd like to know what my secret weapon is, watch till the end of this video and I'll reveal that with you. Thank you very much. Hi, I'm Jake from Simple Elite Traders. One of my members from my trading community has invested on Manchester United stock. I know there's a lot of hype from Manchester United. The richest man in Britain wants to buy it, Qatar wants to buy it, Elon Musk wants to buy it. So certainly you feel like, I want to buy it because I don't want to miss out on an opportunity, right? I used to work with football industry, and one thing I learned, football industry is this as speculative as the stock market. So I don't believe much what they say or from the news produced from it. In a technical standpoint, I will share how to use technical analysis to avoid investment mistake. So this is the Manchester United stock chart. One thing that I want to point out is, let me just delete this, you don't need this indicator, right? Let's put this out as well. Right, one thing you need to use is weekly chart, all right? When it's investing, I don't want you guys to use anything other than a weekly, okay? You may use a daily to get into, like when you start buying some, but when you're doing analysis, must use weekly chart. Right, one thing that I want to point out is we saw some really strong buying in this November time 2022. Strong buying, maybe that's the time they said they want to start selling. I can't remember exactly, but it could be that. After that, you can see one thing I want to point out is the volume indicator, right? Big buying. After that, this is continue to drop. This is not something that I get ultra excited about, because if this is a real move, if it was the real move in November, the buying volume should be higher, and price continue to get higher. However, price continue to get higher, volume continue to drop. There's something that's telling me this could be a fake move. Therefore, I'm not interested to buy around in this area. Besides, one more thing that I want to point out is, can you see the previous swing high here, weekly swing high? It was very close to that. So from 20 to around 28, we got little room to aim for, meaning the reward to risk is not great. Whenever you want to do investing, you need to make sure a reward to risk. If you buy something maybe here in the first higher low around $12, and then you aim for around this 20-ish area, you got 100% sort of reward to aim for, or more than 100%. But then after this big move, clear all this drawing, but after the big move in November, right? Come to around $24, from 24 to 28, you got little room to aim for. So the risk to reward doesn't make sense to me. Therefore, it doesn't matter whatever the news said, you know, they're going to sell it in the moon price or whatever it is. I have zero interest on that, okay? That's how I use technical analysis for investing, okay? Guys, I have a free trading community that you can join. Through there, you can see I have already put in quite a few of our technical analysis video on here. So on this chart, you can find all the simple technical analysis trading video, so you can learn at your own time. It's free of charge. I think I put about 10 video, must be around an hour and a half trading content in there. You can check that out. Besides, you can, once you join the group, if you have questions like, oh, shall I invest it in Manchester United stock? Before you do that, you can put it on the group, and I promise I will do my very best to answer. Hopefully you don't make the same mistake. Thank you. If you'd like to join, the link will be in the description, or I will put a pinned comment on this YouTube video that you can join. Thank you. Okay, now let's get into the market planning, right? So what's my plan this week for trading the market? Always start off with the S&P 500, the stock market, just to get a feeling of what's the sentiment in the market. Is participant going to take more risk, or they're more taking risk off the table? For sure, we are seeing some selling. Last week I said, so we have two charts here, by the way. I will explain why I have two charts. Last week I said if S&P 500 don't hold this level, then don't buy, all right? If it's above, I want to buy, okay? I did try and buy in this area, a little loss, but that's okay. Sometime it happened. Now, very interesting. Now we have two charts right here. This is the SPY, which is the ETF of S&P 500. This is the future of S&P 500. On the left hand side is trading view. On the right hand side is my broker IG. I use that to do analysis and trade on IG. I'll do further analysis from trading view, just I can get a clear picture. Reason why I have the SPY on the left is because ETF only trade during stock trading hours. Future trade 20 per 5. So Monday to Friday continue to have movement in there, all right? So let's talk about the SPY Friday price action. This is a low test bar on SPY. Here we see a rain low bar, so it's not exactly a low test, but during the trading hours we saw selling and then buyer come back in. That is the real trading hours of the New York Stock Exchange, all right? Therefore, we are seeing some reversal sign possible on S&P 500. Yes, we do have a daily downtrend now, but the bigger the time frame would give us a clearer picture. Whenever you don't have a clear picture from daily, try and go back up to a weekly and have a look at that. We are still in a weekly uptrend, all right? So see the staircase, higher high, higher low. So we keep breaking higher on highs and lows, so we do have still intact on a weekly uptrend, all right? So what do I do? What's my plan for this? Although I think we can possibly have a bounce, but the bounce could be finishing here and then come back, even test this area, or even test this area around the 3,800. Still doesn't change the picture on weekly, but on daily we could have small bounce and range in this area for a few weeks. I don't know. I have to really see in the next week or two to see how this price action develop. That's plan A. So I still want to be a buyer on this. So on the 1 hour time frame, I need to see this break, stay above 3,980. Then I will go long. I'll take some profit in here. Potentially would be aiming for here, slightly higher, and go back up to the daily chart, right? So plan A is a bounce back to this area first. Plan B is here. This is very, very important. How strong this bounce is in here. If we go back up here and I see maybe we'll make a base around 4,000 again. But if we are only going to see a bounce in this lower level, we could see a bit lower than that. So very, very important on that. We are actually in the middle of making our simple trading program to the next level, meaning that we are going to provide so much more support to our community. We will be doing not just the Sunday planning, we're planning to do live trading 3 times a week. So therefore, you will see more live update from the market you already seen sometime with post trade idea on that. There's some of the winning trades and stuff like that. You can potentially follow that as well. If you're interested to join, again, very simple. You can find the link to join in the pinned comment or the description below. Okay, continue on this. So I want to be a buyer, but let's see how strong the bounces will determine the move of the next few months actually. Nasdaq is quite simple, similar things, right? So daily you can see we are having a downtrend, but this is quite corrective, right? People know that is we could have the Elliott wave sort of correction to go back. So you know, we really need to see. On a 4 hours you can see I have a similar plan anyway. I think I will stick with buying S&P 500. So let's see if Nasdaq going to find resistance here and drop, or can Nasdaq break through and come back to here and just make a higher low on the weekly and continue higher. So very, very important to see what the price action is going to give us the next coming days. Okay, Dow Jones Industrial is quite similar, sitting as support. Again, I want to see, is it going to reject this 34,000, or can it break back to the top level 34,500? That will determine how bullish or how strong the retracement be the next phase 2 come in. All right, Russell is sitting on a very interesting area. Okay, daily you will see more the 1,900. Are we going to have something like this? Yeah, or can we break back up here and then just make a base and go here? That's very important to see. I like to see all the market do similar things. So very important, don't trade one instrument. Make sure all the same category asset class do similar things before you take the trade and put your judgment on that. All right, moving on to the Forex market. It's becoming much more interesting, right? Last week I said don't bother because I really need to see what the dollar is doing. Now dollar's already given indication. We have cleanly broken this resistance line here. Yeah, this is a resistance line here. So now what I want to do is this. When you see this, 1, 2, 3, 4 small retracement, 1, 2, 3 small retracement. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days already. We may see a little bit higher, we may not, we shall see. But certainly I want to wait for a retracement to this blue box area first, so around 104 area. See that EMAs through here, yeah, the lines, the blue and the red line is the 20 and 50 daily EMAs, so moving averages. That will act on extra support of extra layer of support for the price. So I'm waiting for a pullback before I will take a long position on dollar. All right, if you'd like to learn more, again, remember I have the trading channel. You can see through this community here we have all of this. See, chapter 10, moving averages, will explain what I just talked about, how to use moving averages and stuff like that, time frame agreement, price action, support resistance. You can learn the basic at your own time. Free to join. Again, pin comment below and the description below, you can find the link. All right, so dollar we want to buy. Aussie is on my list. You can see the blue box here. Again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 days selling now, so maybe a little bit more. So look for shallow retracement, continue to sell again. So we'll have to be patient for a little bit. And euro is on my list as well. So again, you can see the 20 and 50 MA are crossing, so wait for a pullback, continue to sell, probably right here. So euro is on the list. Pound is on the list. Need a little bit more work, I think. I'd like to see this break first, because once this break we have clear room to around the 114 area on pound to sell. Dollar yen is on my list as well, so breaking higher, but let's see. Let break a little bit higher, and then I'll wait for a shallow retracement, maybe a 4 hour around this area, 135, to sell the Japanese yen and buy dollar. So very simple. Main plan is to buy the US dollar, but wait for a retracement on that. Commodity, gold and silver are looking bearish. I said last week I wanted to wait for a pullback, but it didn't have a pullback and come back this. So now just wait for the next pullback. We are on a support zone at the minute. So I want to wait for a pullback back to this 1,850 area. So let me get the blue box. Back in here, all right, to sell. It's very simple that I don't have to stay in the chart, because impossible. I can't stay in the chart 24/7. I need to sleep, I need to do other businesses, I've got family and stuff. So how do I know when price pull back to this area? That's why I love using IG, the broker, because you can set a alert through here. So 1843 sell price, 1843, boop, set the alert. It will alert me on my iPhone app, email, etc. So very handy on that to use. If you'd like to join IG, I'll put the link in the pinned comment and stuff like that. It's a very good broker to use. Whoever join using my link, I will invite you to a special webinar how to use IG to trade as well. Okay, right, so gold I want to sell, and silver I do want to be a seller as well. So I'll pull back to this area 22 to sell, but I most likely will trade gold unless I can't get a clean order on gold. Then I will consider to short silver. All right, last one is cryptocurrency. I actually will use a weekly chart to explain what the situation at the moment. Let's go to, you can see, actually we can do a daily chart. It's a bit cleaner. I'm just gonna go to 2019 because I feel like this year is very similar to 2019. So we are probably here at the moment. So push up and the retracement and just ranging. I'm just waiting for this to break and then to continue. It will be a little bit volatile, don't get me wrong, break, but I'm not trading this, I'm investing on that, so it's okay on that. You can see from here, that point, the lowest point from 4,000 get to around 10,000. That's a good reward to risk. So similar things currently. Let me just go back to a click, boom, we're back to present time. So obviously we saw some strong buying. Now we're kind of ranging, like making a step. We're still on a daily uptrend, so nothing significant. I would like to see this break continue. So around 35, maybe 40K, I would be thinking to take some profit, but that is maybe the end of not end of summer, but you know, June, sort of July time will be the time that I'll look to take profit anyway. Okay, so that's the plan on the trading next week. Quick recap, I want to trade a short-term bounce on S&P 500. Depending how strong the bounce is would depend, that would determine what my next few months plan on the stock investment. US dollar, I want to be a buyer, but waiting for a pullback. Cryptocurrency, I'm happy to hold. Gold and silver are on my short list. So thank you for sticking to me till the end. I'm going to share one of a very interesting data to you guys now. So what is my secret weapon? Seasonal data. Certain asset class like to move similarly in certain months. Okay, so this year is a very interesting year. It's a pre-election year in the US. So next year, 2024, they are going to have a presidential election year. That's the election year next year. This year is the pre-election year. And how does S&P 500, or how did S&P 500 perform in the previous pre-election year? I will show you a seasonal chart from my good friend's website, marketmakeclear.com. Let's get right into it. So you can see this is a S&P 500 seasonal and pre-election year pattern, right? The purple line is the pre-election pattern. We obviously didn't have that in February, all right? So that's why I was quite eager to buy some stock in here, right? In end of January, because if that plan is out, it could go like this. But looks like we may not have that, all right? We look like this, sort of the blue line is the all year average. We could be playing up a sideways until sort of April time, and then go until June, July time. But whatever it is, whether is we're going to make a base in here, drop a little bit more in March, or sideways in March, or the purple line continue to break higher, the destination of before summertime, they all move the same. Therefore, I am still confident of holding on to some of my stock investment, right? Besides, I didn't buy the full position anyway, so if I see prices dip a bit lower, I am going to use dollar cost averaging. So dollar cost my stock portfolio and get an average price and hold on to it to summertime to take some profit out of table. If you didn't have a plan before you do the investment, you did plan. You plan to fail. And I hope you learned this painful lesson. I always plan before I do stock investment. If you'd like to learn more about stock investing or would like to have more support, you can join my trading community. The link will be in the pinned comment or the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Take care.